As long as Kathleen Kennedy is nowhere near that project, I'm okay with it.
Hello, everybody. I am the CEO of iArcade, and you are watching the best show in the world, Retro Buzz. Let's go.
It's Friday, so it's time for the Retro Buzz, and we've got a great show for you. And it's not entail this guy who is on time but fashionably late.
Today was close. What I make it with, have like a minute to spare?
15 seconds.
That makes a lot of women happy, I tell you what.
Well, I won't touch that. I'll leave that one go. But we've got Glenn Planamento.
They told me the same thing, Stephen.
We also have Mr. Douglas Smith. Welcome, sir.
Greetings.
What are we gonna do with this guy?
I don't know. He's quite the handful.
Well, and we have a special treat for you guys today. We have a special guest, and I figured the best way to do this would be to do it like this. And we have the Retro Rivals. Scott and Jen, welcome,
Hey,
guys.
guys. Thanks for having us.
I feel like we missed a couple. That's what she said. Opportunities
Oh yeah.
Low hanging
Yeah.
fruit for sure. Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah.
Glenn looks like he's in rare form again today, so you might have plenty of opportunities through the show.
Oh yeah, it's
Awesome.
been another great week in the hospital system. I tell you what, man, I am just on fire again, for sure. Yep.
Well, it's great to have you guys here. And for those wondering, we wanted to get these guys on. If you haven't seen their videos and you've been living under a rock somewhere, like I had been doing for quite some time before Rexer had you guys on, you're missing a great opportunity. So why don't you guys talk a little bit about yourselves, how you got started, and I'll pull up your YouTube channel for those like me who lived under a rock.
That's my favorite thing to do.
Talk.
Yeah.
Go for it
on.
then.
Well, we started out as it was going to be a father-son YouTube situation. You could
Yeah.
probably hear him right now. He's dancing down the stairs because we told him not to.
Oh yeah.
But it just kind of evolved from there. Alex was like,
Yep.
yeah, this sounds fun for about 5 minutes and didn't want to do it anymore. And then I was like, I guess I'm going to do a YouTube show with my husband.
Yeah.
And then I kind of took it over.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, dear.
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear.
Well,
So we pretty much cover everything gaming
Yeah.
related, like DIYs. We do,
We collect
Reviews.
a lot. You do reviews.
yeah.
I
live
just like to
streams.
play games and drink and act like cool.
And then
Simple
you get
things in
friends
life.
over to game and drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, that brings up a question. I had seen you guys recently just did a video yesterday. If you guys didn't see it, go check it out. You did a video about collecting, or being a collector, or being a gamer,
Yes.
Yeah.
and that really
What?
resonated.
What about a bagger? What about a bagger?
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that
Oh,
because
okay.
I know you have a lot of insight with that. But no, in all seriousness, that was something that really drew me in because I've been asked that question and people just kind of look at me funny because they think when they come down into here, and I'm sure Doug, Glenn, you guys get the same thing. They think that all you do is play video games nonstop, 24/7,
Yeah.
and you guys really addressed that and addressed it well.
Well, we can't completely take credit for that because
No.
we kind of fed off of what Retro Ghetto did. He put out an open
He
tag
put
for
out
that.
an open tag. He did a great video on it.
Yeah, and
And-
a lot of other YouTubers have picked it up too.
Yep.
We were just happy to be one of them that decided to do it as well.
Pixel Game Squad did one
Pixel Game Squad did one as well.
yesterday.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
We put them out at the same time.
Yep.
But it was something that we often ask ourselves a lot. And like you said, people assume you come down to the game room, you see all these games, you're like, you don't do anything else but game. But to build a collection like that, to have the room we want, there's often times where we'll go an entire week and like, yep, I didn't get to do anything this week gaming related. Too busy
Really? Yeah.
working on videos or working on the room or
Yep.
working on building the collection.
Mhm.
So you game when you can.
Those darn adult responsibilities that get you every time.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Every time. Every time.
Doug, do you get that as well when people come into your room where you have all your toy collection and gaming and arcades? You get that as well? They think you just sit around and play with plastic all day long?
Yeah, I get it from people all the time that casually know that I have a YouTube channel. They think it's, just me spending 5 minutes a day making a YouTube video and making millions of dollars and playing video games and toys and things. And I'm like, no, it's me awkwardly being a shut-in, editing videos nonstop on the weekends instead of hanging out with my friends and editing a video on my lunch break in my car as opposed to eating a sandwich and actually, eating lunch. It's not as glamorous as people think, but yeah, the misconception that's common throughout the community is that I sit around and get to play video games for 16 hours a day. I wish I did, but it's not even close.
Well, I know one guy that they know does not play video games when he collects. He collects them. He is strictly a collector because, this guy. Oh, look at him there. Look at him acting like
Hamming it
he's
up for the
playing games.
camera.
Look at him.
Oh, hey.
Hey,
Oh.
is that thing even on? Was that thing even on?
Not only is it not on, it's not even really a video game. But first of all, no one comes down here. No one comes into Glenn's basement, and they're probably smart not to. But I am myself am more of a hardware collector / repair guy that likes playing video games, and I'm a much older gamer. I like the old stuff. So for me, I like just looking at them in my bags. And they're nice in their bags.
So I'm not going to spoil your guys' video, and so you got to go watch it if you want to know if they're a collector or they're a gamer, or what comes first. But what do you think of this whole Glenn putting things in a bag, like as a collector?
You know what constantly concerns me?
You want to do your own, then I'll go.
Yes, you go. What
As long as your
concerns
mouth's
me with
available, you're
collecting?
okay.
What?
As long as your mouth and nose are accessible, you're fine with the bag.
Yeah,
But you keep
that's
the dust.
fine.
You keep the dust off the rest. It's a blob.
I told you he's in rare form tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just going. What concerns me with building a collection is I know, looking around the room, there's going to be games we never get to in our lifetime.
Probably not.
Like, unless we become independently wealthy, or my mom wins the lotto and gives us the money, like, there's just no way I'm getting to all these games, and it bothers me. I was thinking about it today. It, like, actually bothers me that some of these will go unplayed.
Yeah.
Somebody played them at some point, but we won't always
Well,
have the chance to play
we don't
them.
have a huge collection. We get around 1,100 games.
Yeah. But to the
The amount of
average,
time that it would take to go through that 1,100 games, I don't know.
yeah, to the average person though, 1,100 is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I know, but
It's like,
I
what do
see
you
other
do for a
YouTube
living?
channels there, and they've got like tens of thousands. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I don't know. I
That's
think.
true.
What do you guys think? I think 1,100 is a lot. I don't even think I've
Yeah.
broken 2,000. I don't think.
I mean, it just depends. Like, we've got an entire, 30 plus years of console games to look back on. A lot of these have just expansive libraries out the wazoo. So it's really easy to kind of rack up those numbers, especially if you're buying things in bulk and getting, big discount deals, like going to pawn shops, flea markets, things like that. And you're finding $2-3 games. It's easy to, get into that 1,000 number real quick.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Now I want to mention something, because he puts all his games in the bag and doesn't play them. And I know there's a lot of gamers out there just cringing, but I can see what you do, because I do the same thing with my comics.
You do.
I have
do.
some rare, expensive comics that I will never open up. It's just the way it is.
I do play games, but I do play a certain genre of games. Like I don't need 50 different Xbox games. I may have like 3. I've got like Halo. I got the big title ones, so I play those. But once you play them, you got to put them in a bag and you put them away. But I see what you guys are doing too. I personally actually having 1,100 individual games around, which I think is awesome, because I'm definitely into the physical media. You guys all know
Yes.
that. So I love that you guys are doing that. But for me, I'm more of that hardware guy where I want the hardware. But for the titles, I'm okay with like a flash card. But it's still a physical media type of thing. I do have a lot of the games, like the big titles, like E.T. You gotta have E.T. It's the best game
We
ever.
have ET.
Yeah.
There we go. See?
We have.
Yep.
So those are excellent. But I mean, I see what you're saying though. When you have that amount, even if I had all the time in the world, even if I had all the money in the world, which I most certainly don't have either, or there's still only certain games I just gravitate to and play. I'm not the kind of person who wants to have to play every single game. People are different that way. However, I'm very particular about my bags. So, we each have our own thing.
You know, most people say the bag lady. We say the bag man. I mean, it just is what it is. But no, let's get into this a little bit. Glenn, you brought up an interesting point about collecting games that you don't play. I found myself buying games that I'll probably never open and crack open, just because it's not my type of genre, but because it might have been sealed and they had 2 of them, so I bought one to open and one to leave sealed.
Right.
Yeah.
Guys,
I like that.
how is that kind of how you collect? Like I've watched a lot of your videos where, like Scott, you said you have a list, and Jen, you have a list. How do you determine what goes on that list And do you often play those games that are on that list?
Usually we've done 2 of those videos. Usually do it once a year, where I have like a list of games I want to hunt, and those games that are on those lists, those are games that are probably more expensive than I'm going to pick up on an everyday purchase.
Yeah.
And those are also games that I really want to play.
Yes.
So
we've really, I think we've evolved in the last like almost 2 years on YouTube. It'll be 2 years in the summer, where at first we were just collecting games to have games.
Yeah.
Now we just want to have games we're going to play. So there's probably going to be things in our library that eventually will get sold, because I just don't think it makes sense to hold on to them if we're never going to play them.
I'll try the games before I get rid of them to see if they're any good, but I only have so much room, and I kind of like to keep everything neat and organized. So once room runs out, things that aren't maybe that valuable or something I'll never play will be traded out for something that's either more valuable that I want or that I really want to play.
Not even value dollar-wise. I think some people misconstrue value. Like, we have tons of games that are $5 games that I would never get rid of because I love them. So it doesn't need to necessarily be an expensive game. It just needs to be games we love, and that's the games we want to keep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Glenn's over there cringing.
Well, I'm not really. No, I was just thinking though. You know, they're obviously, when you hear them talk, I like how they sound. You know, they're from Canada, so the games and everything. Well, I'm just saying that the games and everything tend to cost more for them on top of. So a $5 game for them is like a $1, $2 game for us. So even though they're doing this kind of collecting, it's costing them more to do so.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
It is.
It is. It's true. Like, I don't know what a new game costs you guys down there, but a new game will run us $90 plus tax.
Plus tax, and our tax is
that's
steep.
hard, man.
It's 15%.
So we're up over $100 there.
$100 for a brand new game. So we don't typically tend to buy new games.
Yeah, like if we're gonna start talking about that, like I've seen too many games you buy for day one and are just unplayable or broken, and I don't want to put that kind of money down on a game that I may have to wait 6 months for it to be playable.
Yeah,
are you picking on Cyberpunk?
There's more than just Cyberpunk. I can name at least 3.
I really wanted Cyberpunk, but
she did.
I did, but if it's going to take 6 months for them to get it right with patches,
it's great
I'll
on
pay half the price in 6 months.
It's great on the PS5.
That's why ET was the way to go. It was broke out of the box, and that was it.
Yeah.
Now, I know we might get off topic here, but I always want to have a discussion about this. As far as collecting goes, once you get past the PS3, and the Xbox 360, I don't know how collecting will go 20 years from now, because those games that I have in my collection, they all need to be updated. When you get into your PS4, PS5, and all that stuff, you don't buy them day one and everything's on the disc. You have to have a download, and then they get a patch.
Making my point.
Yeah.
Making my point.
And the push for everything going digital. I mean, it's not like 20 years from now, people are going to be trading in a physical copy of Fortnite at, an outlet store or anything like that. It's just everything's going more and more towards digital. So used games are essentially going to die off.
I know.
The only salvation may come from what you kind of see now with like abandonware, what they call like DOS games, that eventually someone will get a compile of the finally bug-free 50th download of that Xbox game, make a new ISO that only be playable as a download. You got to reburn it after the fact. But that's my exact point with the modern, like the Xbox, whatever that one's called, with no physical media, and the PlayStation with no physical media. To me, that is not something I even want to even touch, because I don't want everything purely digital. I just don't like that idea. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, we're
in the same boat. I tried to sell my son on a digital Xbox to save some money, and he wouldn't even take it. So.
Smart kid.
Smart kid. Yeah.
I was like, we raised you right.
Yeah, he's, well, how am I going to play all my Xbox One games? Well, do you have an Xbox One? No, I want to play it on the new one.
And then he barely touches the darn thing.
Yeah, he's
like
on his computer.
He's on his PC all the time. So
just being a parent myself, my first response would have been, you stop doing the YouTube channel. You don't get a game console. Just saying.
Quitters don't get anything.
That's it.
Exactly.
Mom gets the new Xbox, not little Jimmy. Sorry.
Can I put it in my room? And then it's my Xbox? That would be awesome.
Your room.
That'll make him happy.
I'm in
Tell
there with you.
him
Whatever.
Uncle Glenn told you to do that. You tell him Uncle Glenn told you to do that.
I will.
So there was
I will.
Crazy Uncle Glenn, the bad guy.
there was another subject that we brought up a while ago. And I don't know if you might have heard it on the show, and I want to get your point of view. And I know Glenn and Doug will chime in on this. You mentioned that you were going to sell some of the games, maybe because you won't get to play them, but you have a kid. There's no handing down to your son, or is it because he's not interested? He doesn't like the retro. I'm kind of curious because we'll get Glenn's response, because if you didn't hear it before, you got to hear it again. But
Oh, I can't wait.
All right.
Well-
my theory on all that is that when it comes to collecting, because I collect toys, I collect comics, and I collect video games, so I collect a lot of junk. He's gonna have a hell of a yard sale when I die. I'm gonna keep probably more higher valued things. You know, I can't have 10,000 games.
You don't
down
want to
here.
overburden him either.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
what I'll do is I'll trade, 100 games for one that's worth way more.
That depends too if he really shows an interest in the collection and has an understanding wife.
The second half, I don't know about that.
Then we wouldn't sell anything. We'd just keep it all. Like we would be pleased, really happy if he took all the games. Because,
He's told me before that he wants them all.
Yeah.
Whether
but he was raised a collector.
Yeah.
He used to make these little Lego figurines and put them on his shelf and go, "That's a collectible." Because he saw Daddy's toys that he didn't play with, and he's like, "These are my toys I don't play with."
brainwashed him early.
Yeah.
that's how my
We
son
did a good
is.
trade.
That's how he is.
Yeah.
And we collect. That's one of the reasons I got into collecting actual game carts and let them experience. But that's exactly it. He wants to collect them, and he started doing. But this guy here will get his. Why are you standing there with a trash can?
Don't do it.
What? Why did you do that?
Because we know when I die, if you guys aren't here in time, where they're going to go.
Oh,
They're gonna dump them right in the garbage. That's exactly what's going to happen. And now I got a lot of dust. Why'd I do that? There's dust everywhere.
I'm still hung up on the fact that Glenn, you literally almost missed the trash can by like this much. Like Pac-Man almost.
And
Like
what?
that couldn't have been a closer basket, and you still almost missed it. So
And what?
You
if
need
you're
an
looking for an
instant
NBA
replay
Jam
of that.
partner, don't
Yeah.
ask
Don't
Glenn.
get Glenn. What
Yeah.
you guys missed was I seen him pick up the trash can here in the preview, and he was actually practicing putting it in there.
Oh man, I love it.
And he
I
still
love
almost missed. So that's
And,
kind of the funny
to
part.
be honest, I'm having a slight heart attack because I actually threw this in the garbage. So I gotta get this out now. I'm having a heart attack. How did I do that? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do
it. Wasn't
that.
even an empty waste basket. Oh,
It wasn't even empty.
Don't worry, there's a
It's all
bag in there.
Oh, there's still garbage in it. What were you?
It's all the stuff from the dryer. So there's all this dust in the air. And I'm flipping out. The stuff I
Oh.
do for you people on the internet. Stuff I do for you.
I'm pretty impressed you cleaned out the lint tray.
Oh,
oh.
I'm a surprising clean pig. I'm a surprising clean pig. You'd be surprised.
There you go.
So let's
We
talk.
got-
Oh, go ahead, Doug. Go ahead.
I was just gonna, there's a comment in YouTube from Jeff Rainwater. It says, Glenn, when you die, I will show up with a pair of scissors to cut open all those bags.
So-
Again, it depends if Stephen and Doug get it quicker.
Oh,
Hopefully-
we'll be there,
Yeah.
right, Doug?
I
We'll be
figured.
there.
Johnny on the spot, absolutely.
Well, the only thing I got that Doug really might like is my Chitara. Everyone's got to have a Chitara. from
Absolutely.
Pleasure Cat.
I got
You know
one.
what
Oh,
I'm
there
saying?
you go.
Yeah,
There you
You
go.
got one?
I got one. Yeah.
absolutely.
Hey, she's half woman, half cheetah. Come on, people. You know you want that.
A lot of kitty.
That's a lot of
So let's talk about your collection now. 11,000 games. How long?
1,100.
Oh, sorry, 1,100. How long have you been
Yeah.
collecting that? And did you go through the period like most of us did when you were a kid transforming into an adult? You sold them, and then now you're buying them all back.
Yep.
So you're spending double the
Yep.
money, which my wife constantly reminds me of. Give us the story.
Well, this is my story because you didn't keep anything. Like you didn't really collect anything or play that many
I
games
didn't
when you
play
were
a
younger.
lot of games. This like I got a gaming experience more when I was an adult.
For me, growing up there, we didn't have a lot of money, so anytime I wanted a new console or the new game, I had to trade in for that, you know. So I trade my old stuff in just like everybody else did. So by the time Alex came around, I had the nostalgia bug to collect everything that I enjoyed from when I was younger. Now now it's costing a pretty penny there.
Oh yeah.
You know?
But that's another thing we don't do. We don't go in debt for our games. I think some people would see like a really good deal and be like, oh, we got to get it no matter what.
Yeah.
We don't have the money for it. It doesn't happen.
No.
Yeah. We try to be smart about our collecting, but as smart as you can be trying to build a big collection, I guess.
Yeah. How many years do you think we've been collecting? I started off slow, like most people do.
I would say
Alex
we've been
was-
seriously collecting probably the last 2 years.
Yeah, but I
seriously.
had
probably
picked
about
up stuff
4.5, 5 years.
at least 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, Alex is going on 14, and I was playing games with him way before that. So I had
Yes,
picked up
you had picked
some
up here
old
and
stuff, Nintendo, some Genesis stuff. So
So what is the game console you guys like to collect for the most? Do you have your own independent machine you like more than the other person? How does that work?
Well, the one we collect for the most is definitely our Xbox OG.
Yeah.
But and any given day, if you give me the option to play any console, I'm probably going to play the PS4 Pro.
that's hers.
Yeah, I love the PS4.
Now-
I love the indie titles on it too.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
The reason why
Doug,
I started
I'm telling
collecting...
you, those Canadian women. I'm telling you, they've got it up there. They're growing them right up north. I'm telling you.
Sounds like it.
The reason why I started collecting the original Xbox more is because out of all the other consoles in that generation, that's the cheapest one to collect for.
Yeah.
So when you're starting to collect, you know, I started gravitating towards that because it was way more I could get more games, you know, more bang for my buck.
Yes.
But the more I play the Xbox, the more I love it. So
Yeah. It's Steel Battalion's not cheap.
Oh no, there's some games that aren't cheap, but yeah.
Now,
So
what's
do
an
you
average
find-
game you're playing for them up there? I'm sorry, Doug. On those
ahead.
Xbox games, what have you been paying for on average up north?
Oh,
It just depends.
I
Sometimes I
think-
can find them in the bulk bin for $2.
yeah, I can get some for $2,
Yeah.
but like if it on the average, they're probably going for about $15 a
Yeah.
piece up here, unless it's something that's rarer, and then you're gonna have to,
Mm-hmm.
you know, pay more of a retail price for them, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So do you find yourself doing some like line in the sand type of things where you're like, I'll collect everything up until this point, or I'll collect everything as long as it's not over this dollar amount? Or do you find yourself trying to inadvertently complete entire runs of things? So you said you like to, collect for the OG Xbox. Are you trying to complete the entire, North American set, or are you just grabbing all the titles you enjoy?
I had thought about it
We
for about a
toyed
hot
with it,
minute,
yeah.
and then I think the North American complete set is over 800, and I was like,
Closer
"That's
to 9, yeah.
is it? Yeah."
Yeah.
I just don't have room for it all. So what I'm doing is I have a section of basement that is basically for my OG Xbox. I can probably fit about 300 games in there, and once that fills up, I am going to start picking out ones that I'm not going to play anymore, or
Yeah.
that don't have any sentimental value to me, and then trade them towards stuff that I want to keep, and just keep collecting that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
And then we got a question from
go ahead.
Michael B in the chat. Michael B, the Game Genie, says, "Ask them
Who's
what's
that
the
guy?
most, what's the most you've ever paid for a single game?"
Steel Battalion, I think.
Steel Battalion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that includes the controller too.
Yeah.
So we was $350. They gave me a taxes off, so I didn't have to pay the taxes.
Did you
But
walk
it was a
out
lot.
feeling like you got a deal, or did you walk out feeling like you got punched in the gut?
Well, you know what? I had done research. It was a bit of a gut punch still to spend that much money,
Yeah.
but it was for
It was
the
a
big
birthday
guy's
gift.
birthday.
Mhm.
So if I had spent it on myself, I think I would have felt more guilty, but it was for his birthday, so it didn't bother me. But I'd done research on it, and in Canada, they're going for upwards of $500 to $700.
Depending on
Wow.
the condition. Yeah.
Depending
Yeah.
on the condition. So at $350, I was like, yep. And it came with a guarantee on it. I
Yep.
didn't have to worry about it getting damaged in shipping because we got it locally.
Yep.
So
Right.
I
Perfect situation.
had the
then.
money. Yeah, I had worked a second job too at Christmas time, so I didn't
Aw,
feel sad
so
about
nice.
spending the money. Yeah.
So
You know what? Anybody, I don't want to, it just sounds bad. I know any women that don't game, like wives, girlfriends, sometimes they get a little bit upset about their husbands spending money on games. The way I see it is we don't really spend money on anything else.
No, it's our entertainment.
It's our entertainment. You know, you could go to the movies and spend easily $70
Yeah.
for a couple hours of entertainment. You could go out to eat, cost you $100 if you're like having a few drinks and stuff too. There's games we've spent $10 on and got, 30 hours of fun out of.
Yep.
So I just can't put any cost on the fun we have together on these games.
Yeah.
It's perfect way to me, and most of them retain their value. So need be, I have to sell them. Then
Yeah, it's kind of a little nest egg there too, in case crap happens. Or I can have a fire sale, I guess.
yeah, I'm never gonna look at my couch and go, remember that time we got that really cool couch? Like, it just stuff like that doesn't matter to me.
Very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
now, there's a lot of politics when it comes to collecting video games, whether it be you have the purists that want complete and they'll only collect complete, and then there's the collectors that are like, I don't care if it's open, I don't care if it's in a bag, I don't care if it's in a sleeve. How do you guys, when you're collecting, do you collect, just a loose cartridge or a loose disc, or does it have to be complete?
It depends on the system.
Yeah, the older systems, when you're NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, I'll take loose cart.
Yeah.
But once we get up into PlayStation, PS2, stuff like that, or original Xbox, I want complete, but some games are so expensive, I will grab just the disc or one without a manual, and then if I see later on, I'll just trade in on it, and maybe it won't hurt as much.
Exactly. You used to be a big stickler for having those manuals, but we've missed a lot of deals where we should have gotten the game, and then they've gone up in price so much that they feel like they're a little bit out of reach now. So
GameCube, holy jumpins! Yeah, GameCube has just gone crazy.
What about boxes? Do you guys keep the original boxes and display them in the game room? Do you see no need for them keeping?
Well, I do keep the boxes, but I don't have anywhere in the game room to display them. I used to, but now it's more displaying the games and artwork and stuff like that, and I hang on to the boxes. The only boxes I display here in the game room are some Super Nintendo boxes that a friend of ours, Dennis, gave us, and they're almost mint. They're in amazing condition.
We wonder if he even played his games.
I got his GameCube games.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm not wearing anything now. Hello. Excuse me.
As he scampers off the screen. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, would you guys ever find yourself buying like repro boxes? There's those companies out there that'll make an old Nintendo box or an old Super Nintendo box that looks the part, but it's not. Is that something you guys would do to fill in a gap in the collection, or would you just wait it out and try to hope for something to come along that is affordable?
We have a couple repo
I've got
boxes.
3 repo boxes.
Yeah.
One was Final Fantasy 2, I think, for Super Nintendo, and that I bought the game and it came with a repo box. So that's with the rest of them. And
the
then
other
I
repo
have
was Super Mario, right?
Super Mario 1 and Super Mario 2. But I got that basically more as a kind of an art display because I have 1, 2, and 3 boxes set up behind a little plexiglass, but they're set up beside my wife's painting of Super Mario 3 that she did for me. So it's more of an art piece than adding. All my Nintendo games are all loose cart.
Yeah, pretty much all of them.
I need to interrupt and change the subject. Apparently, we missed a comment that was, again, from Michael B., and it says... Okay, I have to put Doug full screen, and it says, Doug, will you please tell us which pinball is the best pinball? And also, can I have a copy of your ROMs? Thank you.
Well, You'll have to be more specific on which ROM you want. And I already answered that question last week on the show. It's this little, Ninja Turtles Basic Fun pinball machine. It's the best one.
It's the
first one released.
It's the weekly question.
First one out of the release. Yeah.
That's the only one we could fit in this room.
Yeah.
There you
know
go.
what?
See?
Did not require any firmware fixes or updates. Worked out of the box.
It worked out of the
Awesome.
box.
So
And still works. Haven't even changed the batteries.
Oh, there you go.
No, even better.
So let me ask you guys now. You guys have been collecting console games, and now you're starting to see this boom with Arcade 1-Up, At Games, iArcade, all these different companies that are coming out with home arcades. You have a giant game room, which I've seen some of the tour. You really don't have room for this, but has this enticed you maybe to turn another room into an arcade after seeing some of this stuff? What's your thoughts along those lines?
We have some future plans.
Yeah, I think because my wife runs a business out of the home right now.
Yeah.
Maybe in a couple years from now, when she's not taking that space over, we may do more. Like right now, my toy rooms is / workout room.
Yep.
But if I can get the workout equipment out of there, it would make a great
it'd
spot
make
to
a
put some
great-
arcades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to see that be an arcade room. And
Once you're
it's gonna get
married,
expensive.
muscles are overrated. Once you're married, muscles are overrated, man. Get rid of that stuff right now.
Glenn, you got to have muscles to be able to move the stuff around. Otherwise, it all just, jellifies itself to the ground, and then it's eating through your floor. You got to be able to
That's
move
the
it.
beauty of these. Even a little wimp like me can move this around no problem. That's the beauty. Look at these fuckers. Look at them. They move this.
Put that away! My husband's here. I'm jealous.
Get my wife excited. Gonna have to end this stream.
That's why Doug's here to bring it down a little bit. I'm just a little too hot, but Doug brings it down a couple.
There you go.
But that's, Scott, I feel your pain because honestly, when I started doing all this, I started it for more nostalgia with my kid. Rampage, I said the other night, was my brother and I's favorite game with Showbiz Pizza, which is now Chuck E. Cheese. And we always played it on the Nintendo, so I saw it at Walmart and I bought it. Well, it was kind of like when you start collecting games. You buy one, then you want another one, and the next thing you know, you have a home arcade. And you're saying to your wife, you want to take over the music room to put, you want to move all your consoles into that room and all your console games, so you have more room for arcades in here, but then you have 2 separate gaming rooms. So,
How'd that go over?
like
Still
a wet
in
fart in
process.
church, pretty much. So, because I said to her, I want to get rid of the couches that are in here. She's like, no, people like to sit on them when they come over. I'm like, I got bar stools. So I took my Gamer Pro.
They can sit on the floor.
Yeah, well, that too. I took my Gamer Pro and put it over there. And she's like, why is that in here? I'm like, oh, I just needed to get it out of here, and she didn't see that I hooked it up to the TV. And I figure if I just kind of
surely.
there you go, Doug. Slowly but surely, just kind of move it in there. And I said, look, the kids don't use the
We do that
playroom.
stuff to you guys too.
Oh, 100%.
We do that stuff to you guys too. We're like,
Yes, hide
where
our
did
shit.
that new shirt come from? And then you play this sort of game. I had that shirt forever.
Yeah.
I can't believe you didn't even notice. I wore it last week. You don't even pay attention to me. And that's what you do. You're now in on the loop. That's what you do. Like, that's been there forever. I moved that last week.
You
I
do.
can't believe you don't pay attention to me.
Once a woman says those words, you don't pay attention to me. You don't know what I wear. The guy says, oh yeah, of course. Those are your shoes. Yeah. Once I say that,
Yeah.
we're done.
Well-
so you win.
You'd be like,
Well, I said to her,
I don't want to sleep on that couch. That couch is rough. I don't want to sleep
I
there.
said-
We
Get
got
rid of the
guest
couch.
here.
I was like, we have a playroom upstairs. The kids are older. They don't really play in it. She's like, well, we have nieces and nephews that come over. I'm like, yeah, like 3 times a year. I'm like, that could be the new music room. And I said, then you don't have to come downstairs to go to the music room. I said, you could just walk right out of the living room into the music room. And I had her thinking for a little bit, and she didn't answer. So I figured that's the green light. That's all I
I
needed.
mean, she didn't say no, so
Exactly.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
So
You have to make her think it's her idea.
oh, so that's the okay. I got you now.
That's how the ladies
All right.
do it. That's how the ladies
Oh, yeah.
get us every time. A little reverse
Oh, yeah.
psychology there. And I'll tell you real quick as well, what you were talking about a second ago, the mornings are bad for me. The mornings are bad for me, okay? So I already purchased the 1942 New Wave toys. I didn't buy the 1943, okay? I wasn't going to do it.
Yet.
And I started thinking at 6 o'clock in the morning, we just talked about last week. If I don't want it, the value will probably go up. I'll kick myself for not getting it. So guess what I did this morning?
Bought another one.
1940. Bought another one. Where I'm going to put it, I have no idea. But I did it. New Wave toys, they got me.
they get you every time. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Every time.
Where was my finger been? That didn't taste very good.
In the trash
Oh.
can.
It was in the trash can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Whoops. Should have thought that one through.
That was bad. Yeah.
But no, that it is hard. It's hard when you start doing this because like I even collected I don't collect a lot of toys like Doug. Doug's the master toy collector there.
Oh yeah.
But I did, I collect because I'm a Star Wars fan, so I've got a lot of Darth Vaders. I've got some down.
Don't mention that name.
Along the
Don't
bottom
mention
here.
that name. Do not mention that at all anymore. It is dead.
But
That entire series is dead. Dead! And Kennedy killed it. Disney killed it. I don't ever want to hear that mentioned again. I'm serious. I want to hear it.
how do you really feel?
Anyways.
Yeah. So Doug told us about the real Ghostbusters, the remakes, because I had them as a kid. So I had to buy 2 sets because my son wants to play with one, and I hung one on the wall.
Yeah.
So Doug, again, cost me money, sends me a link this morning of something, which I don't know if it's under embargo, so I won't say nothing about it. But
No, you can say it.
Okay.
It's fair game. Everything goes up on Monday, so
well,
get
you
those
say it because
wallets and trigger fingers ready.
You
So Walmart previously had already done an exclusive deal with Hasbro where they reissued those real Ghostbusters figures back, in the Kenner days. Reissued them last year. They were supposed to coincide with the movie. Movie obviously didn't happen because of the pandemic, but movie's supposedly happening this year, which fingers crossed. But anyways, to coincide with that, they're going to continue to re-release some of those old Kenner real Ghostbusters toys, and they're releasing some of the monsters like the toilet, the eyeball, and the Ecto-1 vehicle. So it's
nice.
pretty sweet. Those things are absolutely pretty much impossible to find in good condition these days because it's been 30 years and people played with them. The doors are always broken off, the seats are always missing. So even if you do find one, you end up doing this kind of like hodgepodge eBay finder's fee type of thing where you're trying to find replacement parts and basically build a complete set. Or Monday you can spend $50 and get a reproduction of it if you don't mind it being a reproduction of the classic vehicle. But
I know I already told my son.
Cool.
I already told my son I'll pre-order it for him. Easter's coming, so they don't do
nice.
well. They don't do candy. They're not really big on toy candy.
I rather get an Ecto-1 over a Easter basket.
Well, yeah, exactly. So, but I do want to say this. Next week, we are going to have a special guest on that actually owns a retro game and toy collectible shop locally that you can then buy online. Sorry, Jen. Scott's going to be buying some stuff.
Oh,
So I'm going to cost everybody money next week for once. So I just wanted to let everybody know that'll be next week. He'll be in studio, and he's going to bring some stuff that he has that's valuable, and also I'll shoot some video that you guys will get to see of things that you can get. But
nice.
I just figured I'd give a warning so she doesn't hate me afterwards, and Scott's like, yes!
So we have a super chat from Nathan Henderson that says, so what ROMs can I get from Michael B later tonight for Doug's very clearly stated favorite pinball table while I'm patiently eating my flan? Covered all the inside jokes there on that.
Yes, he did.
Well done, Nathan. Well done.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so moving. I thought Glenn was over there by the trash can. Sorry. It's like, what is he doing again?
I'm still tasting it.
I see him over there going like this. I was like, what? So on the new consoles, let's talk about that for a second. You've got the PlayStation 5, the Series X. I know you guys pre-ordered both of them, if I'm correct. You guys got them.
Yep.
What's your favorite out of the two? I know you said you're Jen. You said you're a PlayStation guy. Sounds like Scott, you're an Xbox guy. So is it still reign true with the new consoles?
We played our PlayStation 5 right away.
Yep.
We played Astro's Playroom?
Yes.
Loved
Great game.
it.
Yes.
Loved it.
Great game, yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, I wish the Xbox would have had something comparable to highlight their new system too, like give you a free game to go with it. That would have been awesome. But then we really haven't played it.
Well,
We're kind
I
of
played
saving our- You
Spider-Man
did-
Miles Morales on
That's
it.
true. You did play that.
I
But we're
was
saving our
disappointed.
disk space.
Oh,
Well, yeah, I heard that.
Wait. Back up. Why were you disappointed? Scott, you can't throw that in there and not answer that one.
Oh,
All right. You want to know why I was disappointed?
Yes.
Because I played the first one. I absolutely loved it. I played Spider-Man Miles Morales, and it felt like it should have been a DLC. It was just too short.
Yeah,
Okay,
it wasn't
that's
that
fair.
it wasn't a good
Yep.
game. It was a great game, but it
You-
was too
It's
just
short,
an
and they didn't
add-on.
highlight Miles Morales.
I just
enough.
told you how much we pay for games. Up
Yeah,
there,
no,
new
I
games.
agree.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was done the story in like 5-6 hours at the most. I don't even know if it lasted that long.
Yeah, so it was just.
My 8-year-old said the
too
same
much.
exact thing. Honest to God, he said,
Oh, really?
should have just been a download. He's like, that's not
Yep.
100%.
It's not a game.
No.
That's a snack.
Yeah.
Right.
No, they didn't
Yeah.
even do Miles Morales real justice there.
No.
Like I read the comics, so they could have did a whole lot more with them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
It felt
talked about
rushed.
that
It
for a
felt
second,
like
too.
it was.
I'm sorry.
What's that?
Your comic collection. So how long you been doing the comic collection?
Since my son was 4, I made the mistake of trying to get him into reading and walked into a comic book store.
Mhm.
He didn't buy anything. I bought one, and now I've got probably a couple thousand comics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sickness.
So what he's
So
not.
what's your-
I'm not even
what's your
allowed
one-
to read them.
Well, what's your
I
favorite
have to
one?
read them
What's
if
your
they're
favorite
sitting on
comic?
my lap with kid gloves.
My favorite comics of all time were The Walking Dead, but I read a lot of X-Men, Spawn.
You really like the Ronin.
There's a Ninja Turtles Ronin, the last Ronin. That's really good.
Yeah.
It's too into that. Immortal Hulk is really good.
Mhm.
And it's probably a
Oh, I
bunch
read that
more.
one. That one I actually read. That was a good one.
What he's not saying is he told Jen he's going to get into this for his son, but the reality was this was a way that he could kickstart getting back into comics, right? Yeah. See, I thought so. I thought so.
Do you know what happened? I swear I jump on board with whatever he decides he's going to do. So in May, is it? May, we have to us, it's a big comic book convention.
Yep.
And I usually am like, okay, we're going to put aside like $500-600 and you can buy a really big comic. And
Oh my
that's what
God.
we usually do.
Do you have a
I-
sister? You got a sister?
I knew that was coming.
Come on.
Do you know what? He never says no to me. If I really, really want something, he's like, if it's going to make you happy, get it. So
Okay.
I feel the same way. If it's going to make you happy, get it. We can't take this with us.
Yeah.
That's how
Like
I feel.
This is the new.
put it into
this
the
is
budget.
This is a new couple of the internet right here. This is the couple of the damn internet right here.
But it's like Christmas. You know, Christmas comes every year. So I know this big comic book convention comes every year. So we just save up a little every month, and then
Put it into the budget. Exactly.
yeah, we put it into the budget. I don't go into debt. I don't go there waving around MasterCards and Visas.
Take my money.
Yeah.
Take my money.
You don't wait.
So-
why don't
So
you
I gotta
do that?
ask.
Go ahead.
So, because Scott, it sounds like you're like me. You collect multiple things because I also collect toys, comics, video games, and other things.
Yeah.
Do you, when you go out and you go to these things like conventions, gaming conventions, do you like divvy it up? Like, hey, here's my go-to things I'm looking for, or are you just like, hey, I'm only going to be looking for games today. Hey, I'm only going to be looking for toys today. You know, do
We
you
don't
divide
have-
and conquer, or you just take whatever's available?
We don't have big conventions
We don't
that have
have
everything.
No, it's one or the other. So I don't really have to do that.
Yeah.
But there are some stores around here that have a little bit of everything. So
Yeah. Sometimes you'll get like sucked in by a figure. You're like, I need
yeah, like
to
oh
have
crap,
that.
or see an old G1 Transformer that I don't have in my collection. And
Yeah.
those suckers are hard
Yeah.
to find.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome.
because there's been many times I've went to a comic convention with the intention of making a big comic purchase, and then I find something like a, inbox transformer or something like that, and I'm like, well, that just threw a wrench in all my plans completely. Like, I don't even know what to do now. My nerddoms and my fandoms are overlapping. What do I do?
Yeah.
Yeah. That would definitely happen to me, but we don't have those kind of conventions here.
That's when you buy both and you say, I've had that forever.
Yeah.
Why don't you ever pay attention to me? That's what you do.
I don't think that works for us.
That
No,
doesn't
it
work for you.
No.
Michael B says in Canada we have flea markets. Let me in on a little secret here, Michael. We do too.
With 100% more fleas in America. I guarantee that.
100%.
Yeah.
And the flea's a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you never answered the question PS5 or Xbox. See, this will be the new ongoing joke because they dodged that question. They dodged it.
I know, sorry. Yeah. She's a PS4. I don't know if she would say she's a PS5. I think when games start coming out for PS5, she's PS5.
I'm gonna go PS5.
I'm Xbox at this point because I can play way more of my older games in it. So
it'll depend on the titles that come up.
Yeah.
Get Watchdog if you didn't.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's already played it. I haven't played it.
No, I haven't played the new Watch Dogs. I haven't
Play the
played
new
Legion.
Watch Dogs.
Oh, Alex has it.
Alex has it.
Yeah.
And every time I say I finish a game and I'm like, what am I gonna play now? And Alex is like, well, you could play Watch Dogs. And I wanna play it, but I feel like he's gonna want to sit down here and watch me play it and then tell me how I'm doing it wrong.
I'll tell you,
don't you know how to play that?
I bought.
Yes.
I pre-ordered Cyberpunk for the PS4, and then all hell broke loose. You guys saw that all over the news and everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
But honestly, the folks that have the Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5, it's been flawless. I think I had a guy float one time in the whole game, and I've been streaming it, so guys have actually been watching. But it really is a good game. Like if you want to go out, but you got to play it on the newer hardware. Doug, I think you had the similar experience, right?
Yeah, I played on the Xbox Series X when it came out, and that was at the time that and PC were the only ones that were having decent gameplay experiences. I had a few graphical glitches on the Series X, but it was nothing like game breaking, like all the crazy YouTube viral videos that are going out there. Mine were just a little hiccups and graphical issues that were gone in a matter of moments. Not the case for the PS4 people and the original Xbox or the Xbox X. I don't know. Their naming structure is very
Xbox
very
One,
poor.
Xbox One X. And,
yeah,
no,
exactly. It's very bad. But
I don't understand who named that stuff, but they need to hire someone new.
Yeah, but I mean, Cyberpunk is a fun game if you're playing it under the right circumstances.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And I think now that I've waited this long, like I didn't get it day one because it had issues. I'm going to wait for it to go down in price, but I'm probably going to buy it on the PS5.
Yeah.
We were buying some games a couple weeks ago, and I picked up Evil Within 1 and 2 on Xbox One, and it nearly killed me because I really wanted it on PS4.
She would rather play PS4.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm going to feel the same way about PS5.
Now,
I don't know.
I would have said that before we got our Xbox Series X because we have the first Xbox One, and it's getting slow compared to like the Xbox Series X now. So if I'm going to go play a game, I would have played my PS4 Pro over my Xbox One, which was the first model that came out.
Yeah.
Just for speed.
Mm-hmm. Another one, if you didn't try it yet on PS5, which is what I'm currently playing right now, is Hitman 3. Awesome.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I love that game.
Yeah. I think I would like that too.
We have good.
We have the Demon Souls, but we haven't thrown that in. Demon Souls. Yeah.
Not a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, that's why I didn't buy it.
That's the thing. I got a friend at work who's telling me how great it is, and then tells me how freaking hard it is too. There, and I'm like, I have to be in the right frame of mind to get into that.
Yeah, do you want to hate your life at the end of the day? Like, I just don't know.
That's why I didn't buy it. Everybody said
Devil May Cry, so.
Everybody said it's good, but it's super, super hard, and I'm like, no, I play games because I want to have fun. I don't.
I'm in the same boat. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Now we got we got it because we did a thing where we saved up points there with our
yeah,
it's called PC points up here.
Michael B would know.
Michael B would know. So we buy groceries and gas and everything with our MasterCard, and we save up PC points. So we can go to our Shoppers. There's a drugstore here that also sell video games, and we can put those points against video games. So I ended up getting, I don't even know how many games we got, new games, but we ended up spending $15 on the average because we used all the points against them.
Exactly.
So,
Nice.
Yeah. Otherwise, we wouldn't have picked it up.
I was gonna definitely get Spider-Man Miles Morales. Demon's Souls was just a bonus.
Yep.
So how do you feel about Pong and Asteroids and Centipede? Inquiring minds want to know.
Named Glenn want to know.
I honestly don't play my Atari a whole lot, so
yeah. It kills me a little bit because I feel like we should
man down.
We lost him.
Yeah.
Glenn down.
What's your address in case you die? We'll play them.
I think he's still there. Glenn, are you all right, Glenn?
I blacked out for a second. What the hell happened?
Take a deep breath. They said
what happened is we said we love the Atari. It's our favorite. We play it all the time.
There we go.
All right. I thought you said. All right.
Oh.
We kind of
What's
knew.
a Pong?
Yeah. What's a Pong? Who said that in the chat room? What's a Pong?
What's a Pong?
A Pong is when you go to a strip club and you're a guy and you got two women ponging you back and forth.
Oh no.
That's a Pong.
Oh jeez.
Is that the Urban
That's
Dictionary
Glenn's
definition?
Yeah.
It's called Glenn's
that bag
Dream.
over your head for protection.
Glenn's Dream. Daydreaming.
That's the whole thing with Glenn. It's Pong or Centipede or
nothing.
Asteroids. Yeah. Or nothing, right?
No, I do like those, with the exception of Pong. Yeah. Like, if I want a nap, maybe play Pong or whatever. But, like, Asteroids, those are fun.
What the? What did I do?
Now,
what did I do to you? I'm saying you're a couple of the internet, and I'm going to go to bed with Pong? I'm out of here.
I don't have a sister. I have a brother, if you're still interested.
Yeah, not yet. Not quite there yet. But you never know the way I'm going.
I just destroyed the whole stereotype that Canadians are nice. Just in one stream. One stream. Gone.
Wait, so Jeff Rainwater says, Glenn just described Pong. Here we just call it Thursday nights.
Well. Giggity.
There you go. You, sir, get the comment of the show. That's definitely the comment.
Does he ever not get the comment of the show? Glenn?
He does well.
Yeah,
I think he does.
They look forward to his shenanigans.
Hey, I'm not just old man. I'm a one-liner older man. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what I just said there either. I need more drink. It's empty. But
maybe try that one again. Work on the material just a little bit.
I gotta be like George Costanza. I gotta think of a one-liner.
Glenn, you gotta tell them
2 hours later.
You gotta tell them what we said to you about, when you run out of room in your house and you're like, oh, you got that covered. Tell them what you're gonna do with your son in his room.
Well, it's very simple. I mean, I have a trampoline. We have a trampoline when I was a kid. You put a tent on the trampoline so it's not on the ground, and you just move him out there, and you take over his room and you make it an arcade. I mean, come on, you brought him into the world. You got to take care of him for more than 15 years. Come on. When
do you live in a warm climate?
Yeah, you're in a warm climate because you're definitely not in Canada.
No.
He's in upstate New York, so.
Yeah, I really appreciate the cold spells you've been sending us this year. Thanks, Canada.
You're welcome. We've had a lot less snow this year. So.
Yeah.
We've had more.
Thank you. Super cold either.
Yeah.
That's funny.
You took that Arctic stuff and you kind of just pushed it right down to the good old Empire State. You know what I'm saying? Oh, when I see that Empire Strikes Back with the Star Wars, I hate it.
Lost him again.
Yeah, that happens a lot around here. You just kind of
roll with it.
think there's any framing him in. You
No.
couldn't.
No.
You couldn't have
No.
that
You
poor
cannot
person.
contain Glenn. Glenn is not
No.
a person
No.
that can be confined within four walls.
Right.
No.
Yeah. So now, oh, look at this. Look, what are we doing now?
Oh,
See,
Pong.
and it's not in the box. You know why?
Because you play it.
oh.
I'm
I'm gonna do a Pong live stream. It's going to be epic.
Yeah.
Actually, you
Said
know what?
no
I
one
funny
ever.
today. I posted a short video today of of Pong, and I said living the life, and the ball was just going back and forth between two pallets perfectly, and they're just doing that forever. Just go back and forth.
Glenn, I
But,
think
you know,
that
back then that's what we had.
that's almost as interesting as
exactly.
watching paint dry.
No, paint doesn't move. The ball moves.
But the brush
That's different.
moves. The brush moves
true.
up and down, up and down.
Yeah, but if you get close enough to it, you can get high off the paint fumes. You're not going to get high off Pong.
No.
Well,
valid
that's
point
true.
there, buddy.
Glenn
That's a
might.
valid point.
Glenn might.
Well, you get hypnotized. You get hypnotized with the ball back and forth. Oh, that was weird.
Pong reminds me of, you ever see those clackers with the metal in it and you pull the ball back and it hits
Yes.
it and it
Yeah.
goes back and
Yep.
that's what Pong reminds me of.
But yeah, a true fact. The
pretty
true fact
accurate.
though about Pong was that the ladies were hustling guys playing Pong because the ladies were actually better at Pong and breakout because they had fine motor control with their hands, and so they were making a lot of money. So the women actually really dug Pong back in the day. Of course, now
So
they're 80s.
if I
but,
go
you know,
back to the 1970s, I could be a success as a Pong. Just have a Pong empire,
that's it.
right?
That's
Oh,
it.
okay.
But you're already a success. It's okay.
Build my
I-
time
I-
machine.
I know you talk bad about Pong. I get it, but you're still up there. Don't worry. You're okay. You're all right.
Well, thank you.
Well, we're going to have to wrap this up here. Guys, we really appreciate you coming on and having a little chat with us here. Take the floor. Tell everybody where they can find you. I'll pull up your YouTube here, but let everybody know where they can find you on social.
Yeah, you can find us on Twitter at Rivals Retro, I do believe, and on Instagram at Retro Rivals Moncton. And I don't know what my Facebook handle is. I'd have to look
I
at
think
that.
it's retro. I think it's
Rivals.
Retro Rivals. I think it is.
Yeah, it's Retro Rivals, and of course on YouTube, everybody's favorite streaming platform.
Yeah, you guys need to come over here and you need to click the subscribe button and you need to click this little bell there.
Ding ding
Like
ding.
take the time real quick. We have 2 minutes left. Go do it real quick, and then come back so we can finish the show. Hurry up. Go do it. We'll wait.
If you want a good laugh, go watch one of our drunk rant videos.
Oh, the drunk rant videos are my favorite.
But you know what? If you guys don't go subscribe to it, we're gonna have Glenn start talking about Pong for the next 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
So
I'll do
you.
it.
The strip club
Don't think I
Pong
will.
or
Oh no. The watching the ball go back and forth, back
Oh.
and forth. Oh, what's he getting
Got it?
now?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
His
Oh.
Pong.
How many bags do you have that in?
Oh, that's a double bagger.
That's a double bagger.
That's a
That's
double.
double bagger.
Look at that, though. I mean,
Oh, now,
we
and he
don't talk about you
and he
like
wonders
that.
why he doesn't get a date. If a girl walks down and sees him caressing a Pong table,
But look, you
she
can't-
knows she has no
But look,
chance.
you even got the knobs. Right there.
Okay.
Is it cold in your basement?
Oh my goodness. All right. Check these guys out, guys. You won't be disappointed. I'm telling you. Great production value, great content, always a great laugh. You guys can check them out. We're definitely gonna have you guys on again.
Oh, we would love
Definitely,
it. It was
yeah.
a fun time.
Definitely
I loved it.
have you back. Maybe what we should do is get Michael B to come on with them, and then
Canadian takeover.
Canadian, and I'll just be the moderator. Well, no, I have to kind of join with Doug and Glenn, otherwise it won't be 3-on-3. That could be fun.
That's true.
That
Anyways,
didn't sound right.
yeah, okay, Glenn. Go drink your moonshine, will you? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Douglas Smith, youtube.com/cooltoy. He's actually gotten a bunch of videos uploaded. He was on a roll this past week. You got a few of them up there. More plastic.
Yeah, I work my butt off, and I think I have one going live in like an hour or two.
Oh
so
my!
I'm gonna relax this weekend because I've worked my butt off this week.
It's those 5 minutes you took to edit it, so
Yeah, I know, right?
10 of them,
Yeah.
Slapped it together.
Just slap it together.
Yeah.
Mine take about 7 minutes to edit, and then I'm done.
Go over there, guys, and check it out. Give them a subscribe, and we'd really appreciate it. And then there's this guy. I will do this part, youtube.com/gplanamento, but Glenn is also the owner of a bunch of different groups on Facebook, which he will now tell you about because I just can't keep track. Yeah, I just can't keep track.
We got the arcade one up. We got the ad games one. We got the New Wave Toys one. We got the Basic Fun one. We got I don't know. I don't know anymore.
There's like
really
15 or
no
20. I have no idea.
Just go to Facebook. Just go to Facebook, and anyone that's not someone else is me. All right, it's just all me.
Well, that narrows it down.
Pretty much.
Guys, we really appreciate you tuning in. And like I said, next week we will have Michael Rickard from the Retro Game and Toy Store. Wildcard Video Games is what the store's called. So you guys get to hear from him about what's going on, what he finds is the most popular, what are the games to collect right now. So it's going to be an interesting show, I think, for next week. So tune in. Again, you guys can find me just about anywhere. Just search the Tech Buzz and join the Discord. We have a great bunch of moderators over there in the Discord channel. Sean is somewhere in here. I know Brad, Adam, bunch of Dylan. These guys are all in there. We're chatting all day long, all week long. And there's also another public service announcement that I was paid to say, that you need to go check out the merchandise for the Super Game Room dudes. It's fantastic. That, again, will be at 9 o'clock tonight. He paid me a lot of money to say that, so I just want to say that.
Where's our stickers?
Yeah, so make sure you guys go check. No, seriously, 9 o'clock tonight, Eastern Time. Super Game Room dudes, check it out. And go give Michael B a hard time. Tell him you want ROMs. He's giving them out, apparently. We'll see you guys.
Okay.
We'll see you guys next week here on the Retro Buzz. Till next time, guys. Keep it buzzing.